All right, we're back. We're in a secret location with the Chimps. Look out, look out. We're going to introduce everybody here.
What's up? I'm Sean, the drummer.
What's up, Sonic, bass player?
What's up, Artemis? Lead vocals, rhythm guitar.
Scary Carrie, lead guitar.
Well, I know these are, you know, your backwoods here, but talk about some of these amazing festivals you guys have been on. I know ROCKLAHOMA, and you just did the Loudwire Festival. Talk about some of those experiences.
Well, we were at ROCKLAHOMA this year, and we had a great time. It was a very good experience.
Very muddy.
Very muddy, of course. It was pretty much a big adventure. What else, guys? I mean,
Lightning storms. Anthrax got canceled in the middle of their set.
Yep. Lincoln Park got completely canceled.
Yeah, that sucked too because I like them. So yeah, we it was Mudlahoma, man. It was crazy chaos, and so that was awesome. We did like a 5-week tour, man, all through from Midwest to East Coast. We went up and down the coast, New York, and Cappy's cousin took us on a whole tour in New York, so that was awesome. And North Carolina, all the Carolinas, and yeah, the whole country pretty much.
From California all the way to New York and back, you know.
Wow.
And then we did Loudwire Music Festival,
in
which
Colorado,
was
Grand Junction.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun.
How'd that happen?
They ran our video on Loudwire's, what was it called?
Battle Royale.
Battle Royale, and we set a record for the longest battle. Our video stayed up, and they've actually showed us a lot of love, and we were very stoked that they offered us that. We played two shows in one day over there on the main stage and then the side stage. It was super hot, record heat. Altitude. We're about to keel over on stage. Tell them, Sonic.
Yeah, I remember the last song we actually played. California as the last song, and I just started seeing sparkles. I thought I was going down, and, I kept thinking about the day before. In this moment, played the same time set we did. You know, it was like mid-afternoon, and she actually did pass out. She had to leave for 3 or 4 songs or what.
It's the elevation thing, yeah, like because you lose a pint of blood or something, they say, I think. So it's like you're less, we're from LA, so you go, yeah, so when you tour, you actually go to Colorado, and you have to, your body has to adjust for like a couple days, you know, and but there were great bands on that freaking festival. That was awesome. It was Lincoln Park, Chevelle, Rob Zombie, A Day to Remember, Weezer, In This Moment. Weezer was awesome. Nothing more.
We played right before Nothing More.
Yeah, killer
and
bands.
Right after that, it was like Lincoln Park.
Lincoln Park.
So we got to meet a lot of good bands and make a lot of good friends.
Business seems like it's growing. You know, there's new shows, new festivals. I don't know if it'll ever get to what Europe is, but you know, it's a welcome sight.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
You know.
So even if we lose Mayhem, hopefully we'll grow a bunch more.
Yeah.
I know the guys that put on Aftershock are ramping up to do like 5 new shows.
Definitely.
And all that.
Yeah,
so,
it's definitely going to be growing, man. And in each year, we're going to be coming back, you know, and just,
well, it's
grinding.
It's about survival to fittest. So, you know what I mean? It separates the men from the boys, just surviving this shit. And to be able to go out there and deliver and come back. We know it's not easy.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
like the Warped Tour or anything. It's grueling, man. It's just all day it's hot, a lot of driving. I don't know when you sleep.
Yeah, gotta be hardcore, man. Yeah,
there's no sleep. There's naps. There's no sleep.
Yeah, it's all napping.
There's a lot of snoring.
Power nap.
But
Your body kind of gets adjusted to just napping, though. It's kind of weird. Like if I can't do that, you know, at home. If I don't get 6 to 8 hours of sleep, I'm a little whiny little bitch. But out there, it's like I don't even need sleep.
You might be in 115-degree weather with no water and AC sometimes, but other than that, you adjust. And I learned to bring earplugs. Always bring earplugs if you want a little quietness.
Yeah, definitely when you're traveling, you don't get much sleep. You're, constantly on the move, and if you do take a nap, just get ready for somebody to wake you up, man.
Yeah, for real.
That door in the RV will be slamming.
Get it wherever you can get it, man, because it's not what you're used to. That's for sure. But now, obviously, you guys are gearing up. You got is it the second EP? The new one.
That's our third,
Third. Okay. Well, talk about that, because I know you guys will be gearing up for an album and all that upcoming, but talk about the latest EP.
Latest EP is going great, man. That was basically what we based our last tour on and whatnot, and our song California, we did radio campaign, so it got picked up on, I think it was 15, 16 terrestrial FM stations, so it was getting just a lot of momentum. And yeah, man.
We just released the new music video for our song called Right to Left. So check that out when you get a chance. Just go on YouTube. You can get all our music videos. Go on iTunes, buy our album, buy our songs. We had California, now we have Right to Left. Right to Left is a very good song that was featured on Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
Talk about what that song's all about and the making of the video for that.
Pretty much that song's all about a movement. Like, many obstacles get thrown at you in life, and you have to be able to avoid them and continue to move forward. And our path happens to be moving right to left and avoiding these obstacles.
Yeah.
Like a ninja.
Yeah.
So what is it like to be able to throw on Sons of Anarchy and hear your fucking music?
It's been amazing. That was our third song. We got song on season 3, episode 1, season 5, episode 4, and then Right to Left was on season 7, episode 2. And it's every time we get thrown on there, it just boosts our momentum even more.
And shout out to the Reaper crew, because there's a fan base, just the Sons of Anarchy, that put a video up of Right to Left, just a picture of an image from Sons of Anarchy, but got like over 90,000 views or something. It's Right to Left, a CHIMPZ song. So we got we're able to share fans with like Sons of Anarchy. It's great, and so we thank them for that.
Their last season, I know there's more shows coming up. There's always more movies being made. It's kind of like the Wild Wild West out there. You just got to fit in where you can and keep moving.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah. So as far as other songs on that EP, like about other ones that you got the most feedback on?
War Machine definitely got a lot of feedback. I think that was the first video. We did a lyric video for it, and we got interviewed by Evan Seinfeld on his Pedal to Metal show or whatnot, and they debuted the lyric video and stuff. And that was the kicker of the whole release of the EP. That was sort of the introduction, and then followed by that was California, which was getting a lot of radio pickup and a lot of attention. Now Right to Left's getting amazing attention. We just released the video 2 days ago. So.
And when you're listening to California, please, call the local radio station and request that song. California by the CHIMPZ with a Z.
All your rock radio stations.
Yeah.
All radio stations throughout the U.S.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's amazing stuff. So now, obviously, it's survival of the fittest to be in a band these days and to go out there independently and do this thing and tour and everything. Why is it important to kind of not only physically take care of yourself, but mentally kind of learn from other bands and kind of feed your brain, see how some of these other people are kind of doing it these days? Because there's really no rules. It's not like a record company doing it all for you. Why is it important to kind of network and feed your brain and learn from others?
From us, it's definitely it's cool to learn from other people's mistakes and other bands' mistakes, and especially doing all the festivals we just did on the last leg of touring. We got to talk to a lot of these major artists, Linkin Park and a bunch of other bands, and it was cool to hear their input of the do's and the do-nots, what to do in the industry and what not to do, how to tour, and pick your shows the right way.
Yeah, what I notice all the time is that, a lot of bands will play and they won't even network or even try to make friends with the other bands that are, playing right after them, or at least say, what's up, and that's a big thing. You got to do it,
Yeah, we just said, like, in an interview just on that, we just said in an interview yesterday, me and Sonic were doing an interview, and it was like, we're the first band to be there and the last band to leave. And I'm not saying everybody has to do that, but definitely, stick around, man. Network and talk to those bands, and there's a lot you can get from that. Just like, you have all month to watch shows on Netflix at home or do other stuff, or go to the bar. But other than that, stick around for the show, man.
Yeah, and it could come down to a situation where people are deciding between this band and that band, and somebody in the band may have that personal rapport saying, I want these guys on the show.
Yeah, totally. And another aspect too is, you see a lot of, independent, unsigned or do-it-yourself bands just like us complaining about the scene, and really if you want to build the scene up, it can't be a competition. You got to be comrades, and that's what's going to build a scene, because if you share each other's fans, well, now you've got a scene, we're notorious for being the band that's the first one there and the last one to leave, you know. And it's actually helped our fan base a lot, and just our camaraderie of building our community and our Chimps Nation in the scene, you know.
And it's not just because we like to party, but
we do like to party.
Well, you need.
That's part of the networking, man.
You gotta party, you gotta talk, man.
People want bands, you know, on tour with them that you get along with.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah, they look up and these guys are gone, like, you know, they're in another world, you know. You're pretty much all together out there on the road.
Right.
You see it on Warped Tour, there's like 100 bands out there, you know. And it's the relationships you form and what you learn. Like you said, you can learn from everybody's mistakes. You can learn from maybe somebody's success that you never thought of. It's like, wow, I can't believe they pulled that off. I never thought of that before.
Yeah, if you want somebody to work with you, they got to like you first, you know what I mean? So being out there and, you know, being friends with everybody, you know, that's a big part of, you know, music is always, you got to be good at your craft. And then, but if people don't like you or you're not personable, then it's harder to get people to work with you and help you out and stuff.
Yeah, but one thing I learned from Loudwire too was, you know, out of the dozens and dozens of bands that played all the stages, there was maybe a handful of bands that actually interacted with the fans. And I'm not saying on stage, I'm saying off stage. Like they actually walked into general admission, you know, population of where everyone's hanging out to watch all these bands. And maybe a handful, maybe less than a handful. We were one of those. And I remember after we played the main stage, we had appointments. And literally we had, what, 2-3 hours before we had the side stage. So it was hectic, you know. And so, you know, instead of us just going back to our green room or our trailer and waiting for the next, you know, 3 hours later, the next set, we actually had appointments with other companies and meet and greets and stuff like this. So we walked through the crowd and we got stopped every 2 minutes. Hey, let's get pictures, let's do this. You know, we did it. You know, we were actually late to some of the appointments, but what I realized when we got home from tour was all these people we connected with were keeping in touch with us. Yeah, I'm like, you know.
Well, it's kind of like campaigning. You're running for office and you're trying to win.
Totally.
You know
It makes
what I mean?
a big difference.
Remember, we were one of the big bands we were opening for on tour. They wouldn't even do a meet and greet with their fans. Like they refused, and it was like, "Are you crazy?"
Yeah.
We're not gonna say names.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't say names. Yeah, keep it anonymous.
Yeah, no, it's you definitely, like I say, you learn shit, because we've been involved in the Warped Tour for like 20 years, but you see that when you're not on stage, you're at your booth. You're not at your booth, you're at a meet and greet with another company. You're not there, you're in the press tent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a big full day. There's a lot you can get done.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so to just go from your bus or van to the stage and then back, what the hell?
Yeah, it didn't make sense to me.
At the same time, you got to condition yourself, because if you don't know how to drink and people are offering you drinks left and right, and you got to do, you know, interviews or whatever. Wow, man. You got to keep it together.
Definitely.
Definitely keep
You
it
gotta
together, yeah.
Manage it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you got to live for the stage, and anything you do that's taken away from that live performance has got to be in
sometimes
balance.
you got to definitely turn it down. You know,
Yeah.
respectfully, of course.
Yeah.
Just say, hey,
'Cause
afterwards,
like
I
say,
will join you. You know, I have no
And I
problem
remember
with that.
2 tours ago, we came up with the term on the clock and off the clock. So when we're on the clock, it's all business. When we're off the clock, cool, we can party and stuff, you know, and that actually has helped us a lot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Any of the tips you guys have learned from being on the road, just keeping your physical condition
Check the
together?
fluids in your RV constantly.
Drink lots of water, bring a pillow.
And wear a condom.
Yes.
That was my line. But no, yeah, all that definitely, and just network, man. Like you were saying, the most important thing was that we were saying was we're all here as a team together, especially in 2015. Right now, it's a team effort, man. All these bands and musicians. Almost 2016. You're right.
Yeah.
So
it's right on the corner.
let's work together and
Your sly eye, man.
and support each other, man. It's awesome.
You know, I also want to thank all our, you know, sponsors like Pig Bay, Susie from Pig Bay, definitely. And, you know, Schecter, Sabian Cymbals, Bogner,
Clothing.
Sullivan
Over
Clothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Shout to
Yeah.
Scum.
Yeah, shout out to Scum. Schecter, yo. What's up, boy?
Thanks for all the guitars.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm still waiting on my new one, but, you know.
And Dragonmouth Vapor, CHIMPZ Juice. We have a CHIMPZ Juice out, and we also have a CHIMPZ Espresso. We actually have coffee too.
So
and
if you're interested on, you know, CHIMPZ Espresso, or CHIMPZ Juice, which is the vape. You know, you can just go on the CHIMPZ.com with the Z, and you can just look it up right there, and you know, get yourself some CHIMPZ Espresso, yo.
And Solon for keeping us clothed, and Hustle Dank too.
Hustle Dank.
But definitely, yeah, we're wearing a little bit of Solon. It's our only clothing, I think.
And rock and roll gangsta.
Amazing. And I know you guys got a little taste of it a couple years ago, but we do IES, the Indie Entertainment Summit, right up the street here. We're in our 5th year next year. We just inducted Motorhead, Ramones, Runaways, and the Slash. And
I'll definitely be back for that one.
Big stuff, because again, you can network with other labels and producers, and you know what I mean. It's one thing hanging with the bands, but as you know, there's a whole lot more to the business than just the musicians. Yeah,
I was really impressed. I mean, you guys had a bunch of different seminars, how-tos, and stuff like that. But the most impressive one to me was the question and answer with the guys who put together the Smokeout Fest.
Oh yeah.
And that really opened, that opened me. I was like, I didn't know any of the behind-the-scenes business aspects of putting that whole thing together. And he really spilled it out, you know. And it was cool to hear that from the guy, you know.
Yeah. Well, it takes so much to put any of this on, whether it's a great album or a tour or
it's a lot of work.
Festival and all that. So to share the ideas and the camaraderie, you know, a lot of bands spend their whole annual budget and they go down to South by Southwest and they're just one of 10,000 bands playing on 6th
we made
Street.
that mistake.
Yeah, we definitely did. Like,
how the hell do you stand out, man? There's a band on every fucking orifice.
Yeah,
we did South by Southwest like two years in a row, and it just didn't work out for us. You know?
Yeah, talk about
right, you know. So we always say you can go down there to blow your brain cells, but come to IS to grow them, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Your networking, grow your knowledge and all that. So exciting things going down. And let's just go down the line in advice you give to the younger musicians coming up. I know the business is constantly evolving, but just talk about the dedication or the focus they have to not only master your instrument, but to be a great songwriter, to be a great performer, and to know your shit, like in interviews and all this other stuff that comes along with it.
Well, there's 10,000 other people out there that want to do what you're doing or we're doing or whatever. So you gotta be the best you can possibly be. Practice all the time. Get involved with everything. Go out to shows, wherever people are hanging out, to rub elbows with people that are in positions you want to be in, and you know. That's I'll leave some for these guys.
Yeah.
It's almost like being that athlete. When you're not training, you're watching films, or you're conditioning, or you're fucking going through the plays.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, don't be focused on yourself. Be attentive to your surroundings and capitalize on it. You know, you're playing a show with I don't care if you're playing a show with a band no one's heard of or a major band that, you're playing in front of 3,000 people. Capitalize on the environment. Meet and greet people. Talk to people. Switch information, phone numbers,
Pass out
emails.
flyers, CDs.
Yeah, we're flyer whores. That's why we love the festivals, actually. Every time we've done Rocklahoma Loudwire, we'll roll out with these postcards, glossy postcards that has the time and date and what stage we're playing or whatnot. And we usually get there early, and we don't even hit the stage till all those 1,000 flyers have been handed out. We'll go up and down the campgrounds and just meet with people. And that we've actually grown our fan base tremendously by doing that, You
might have affected your audience in front of your stage 10, 20, 30% that day.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all I can say is, stay positive. You got your ups and downs, especially when you're trying to be a musician and you're trying to get out there. You're trying to get your music out there. Isla Tigre, man. Honestly, just keep well informed. Study your magic. Just do it, man. Go out there and do it. That's all I can say.
Yeah, exactly that and all that. Yeah, be willing to work, just be willing to work, man. Be ready to tour. If you're trying to do this as a band level, you got to be willing to get out there, man, and get around. You're kind of like a brand, you're a product, so you got to be willing to get out there and get your product around. Also practice and be willing, especially as a band. I had a kid the other day posting in a forum. He was real depressed because he couldn't find the right band members, and I said, you know what? Just keep making music and keep working. Just make your own music until you can find the right members. But if you're working with a band, learn to work with each other. You got to be able to learn to work with each other, and you have to have patience with that and patience with the industry. Be willing to. It's going to take time for things. You might have to wait for your album to get recorded. You might have to wait for some money on something. You might have to wait for touring opportunities, things like that. So just have patience, work hard, and collaborate, and that's it. Yeah.
It's also very important for every member in your band to be promoting, being online, putting the stuff out there. Because we see so many bands out there where it's just like the one guy is doing it, and it's just like, I mean, it could be 5 times as much going on. You know what I mean? So I think that's very important too.
You can't have one guy carrying all the weight. You know, everybody's got to, like, you know. And
that's what gets people agitated with each other, man.
Definitely.
This dude is,
and nobody's perfect, but get off your ass, you know. Get off your butt, you know.
Whether it be the analogy of the sports team, you know, if this dude's.
And I'm guilty of that too, but you know.
And take his starter position.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, it's real simple, but.
Most def.
It's a real pleasure. Can't wait to keep promoting the Chimps, man.
Thank you, man.
Great video. Spread the word. Definitely see you out there live.
Definitely.
Thank you. Thank you very much. See you. Woo.